What in the hell is going on? Well, I'm going to tell you what's going on, and it's not good. BTC broke 100,000 now twice in the last few days. Before that, it was like 100 something days. We're going to talk XRP because I've got ETF updates for you, along with a little bit more of a filing thing with ETFs and XRP. We'll talk price action, airplanes, and again, my dog that always seems to want to bug me when I'm doing a video. I love you too, buddy. And check out his cool collar, right? Isn't that awesome? Okay, I know, I love you. I know. I gotta get to the next segment.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
In State of the End, because I've got bonus content featuring doggies and what it actually looks like behind the scenes. Look at this. BTC breaching 100,000 again. Happened on the 4th. Happening one more time today. This is absolutely, look, before this, right, if you zoom out and you go to like the 24-hour chart, right, so we're going to the daily chart here, that's 100,000. Look at that. Look at this. That's July. Look at this. Look how far back you have to go. You have to go way back here to June 22nd. Dude, we waited that many days and now we've had 2 in a row of BTC crash. Look, I'm just telling everyone right now, we might see some weak hands play out here. We also might see some people buying some massive deals. So it's all about where you fall, right? What side of the coin do you fall on? When's the best time to buy investments? On the days that are red, right? You don't want to like buy on the green, right? You want to buy as much red as possible if you're going to accumulate. That's just what they say, okay? Now, it's painful, though, for the longs out there because you're going, oh, shit, dude, we're starting to erase our game. I know, it sucks. Well, look, we'll talk about all why that's going on, why this is a little bit more scary than I would like it to be, and all it has to do with this big blah right here. But your comments, that was more than just the tip. That was, Wolf says, nice haircut, bro. You looking fly, and I always look for your videos. Well, thank you. I'm actually going to try to, like, grow my hair differently this time out, so just trying something new. Yeah, different. Changing it up. Keeping it spicy. EOC 4126 says, bro, you're my philosopher's stone of reality. Check in the YouTube crypto world. Keep up the great work. Well, I appreciate that. One of One Mark says, love the late episodes. I'm loving them too. A little bit different vibe. If you haven't seen it, I've been dumping, like for me, like where I live, a video fairly late and kind of a little bit nighttime vibes, a little bit more naughty, a little bit more raunchy, but way heavy on the info too. So don't think it's just like a screw-on fest. No. News moves with crypto 24/7. So I've been covering you all days. Alex Chenard says, Klaus, if you pump 10 videos a day, I would watch all 10. That's how good you are. Well, thank you. But to be fair, I have to constantly improve. So don't think I'm going to be fucking sloughing. Thanks for everything you do. It helps a lot of us stay grounded. All right, let's get into it. So we've got a lot of red up on the screen. XRP down 4.5%. That's not good, girlfriend. ADA, look at that, 52 cents right there. This is some troubling times because there were a lot of people that said, hey, look, ADA is never gonna like drop below that 50 cent thing for a while. You know, like we're like 50 cent. We're not really too worried about that. You know, hbar 16 cents right now, 16.31. In terms of altcoin, Bitcoin season, who really cares? I mean, if we're all red, right? Like, oh, it's going to be altcoin. Oh, my God, look, the alt pivoting. Dude, if you're still down like 40%, that doesn't really matter, right? Just throwing it out there. All right, so what's up? Flight cancellations ramp up. There was a 10% cut of flights, all right? This is big. Why? Because now this pulls down the travel industry. This also pulls down the confidence among other sectors, too, as the shutdown looms. So, again, like, we go to that whole thing of being cautious. If bigs out there, right, and we're thinking of banks, we're thinking of businesses, we're thinking of, like, big employers, manufacturers, all that. If they're like, well, wait a minute, you know, this industry's getting kind of hurt here. We got to be careful. We don't know. We get some government funding. There's a lot of people that operate on U.S. government funding, right? U.S. government is like a big teat that people suck on. This is kind of giving you background. So what happens is these people start freaking out, and they're like, oh, shit, man, they're having problems with funding. We take government funding, like, and all of a sudden they start thinking we need to really pump our brakes. So what does that do? firings, layoffs, stuff like that. Yeah, they stopped new hirings too. So like you're gonna see a lot of companies start pulling back, and that's not good, because then that's what? Then that's less retail money that can go into alts. Because what have we seen? We've seen that the bigs love their BTC and ETH. We're gonna talk about inflows and outflows. So the government shutdown starts not just like affecting flights, which sucks because I want to go to Guatemala again like here really, really soon, but like it also starts messing up with a lot of things. Now, granted, the courts are stepping in like they did with Snap. Okay, cool. But still a big caution, and especially with BTC breaking that 100,000 mark again so quickly, people are getting scared. All right, day 38 of the government shutdown. There's a vote today. Here's the whole thing. All right. They've needed 60 votes. This is the Republicans to get that thing going on. The problem is now the Republicans are not even in agreement with each other on what the date should be for the funding resolution. So now you have divides in the Republicans that are saying the 21st of November. Some are saying, and basically not really many people are saying 21st of November, because that would put us back here in like 2 weeks. They're saying the 21st of December, a huge group of that. And then there's another small group that's like, why don't we just do it for the year? But the problem is yeah, you'd have higher fees and taxes and shit for you. Look, complicated, stupid mess. Either way, the Republicans now are kind of even divided amongst themselves. So, of the 60 votes needed, they've only been able to get 54 out of, I think it's like 13-ish votes that they've done. Yeah, no shit, seriously, it's been like 13 votes. I think it's 13. Oh, I'm sorry. They're voting for the 15th time today. My bad. I gave them the benefit of the doubt with 2 fucking less. Yeah, that's sad. So this is their 15th attempt, but in the 14 previous, not one vote has been gained. It's been stuck at 54 the whole time. So there's like this big progress wall. Actually, there's been no progress. Okay, so that's why everyone is really starting to freak out. And you got to think, a lot of these companies, right, that bought crypto as a treasury asset, right, they maybe aren't doing good as a company. Maybe these companies are like, well, we're in the travel industry, and guess what? Travel slowdown. Yeah, now people are not going to book. I might not book my trip, because why would I book it if they're going to fuck up flights, right? I don't want to go through that hassle and sit at my airport for like 6-8 hours waiting to see if there's another flight or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like this. So, gonna affect money, gonna affect confidence, and they're gonna vote on the 15th time today, and we'll see if they get a new vote. If they haven't, then can we please like start trending the idea of vote all these fuckers out? I don't care if you're Democratic, I don't care if you're Republican, none of y'all are actually working. If you haven't made any progress in 38 days on something, whether it's losing weight, whether it's finding a job, whether it's making money, whether it's being a better parent, whether it's being better at your job, if you have not improved, been able to improve or resolve something in 38 days, that's a problem. That's a failure. You've been fired. Franklin Templeton Xrp Etf added to the DTCC website. Basically, it's just, this is like a hopium hype thing. People are like, oh my God, it got added. We're so fucking cool. No, what really matters right here is the government shutdown going to go through the 13th? If the government shutdown goes through the 13th of November, guess what? It gets approved automatically, okay? So that's big for Xrp ETF. This story right here that you're going to hear a lot of hopium on is something that like anyone could do with any ETF that's not even approved. It's just kind of like a name database thing. And it has nothing to do with approvals or denials or anything. It's just a place where you store names so that other people can't take it. See, unlike in crypto, we don't have the same ticker symbols with these guys. No, they got different ones. But like in crypto, you could have like how many different like MoneyGram token. You get what I'm saying. Okay, so that's that. Tecrium CEO says the last half of November will be big for XRP. Basically, the back half of November will be big if the government shutdown ends. I don't care what news you have of the ecosystem. I don't care what partnership can be announced, because we've seen all the partnerships announced, right? We've seen so many of them. Ain't none of that going to change the price. What's going to change the price right now will be this. So some of these people can keep selling hopes and dreams. I'm telling you right now, that's because those people want your money. The reality is look, dev news doesn't move it. Partnerships don't move it. Stuff that Ripple does is cool for them as a company, but it doesn't help XRP, right? Like when we watch stuff, we're like, oh, do you see Ripple, a whole bunch of partnerships here? Do you see Ripple swell price action? No, you don't. So Tachrium CEO, you hopium pumper, naughty, naughty, naughty. BTC and ETH ETFs finally see green after 6 red days. Uh-oh, I guess it was the time of the month for BTC and ETH. I guess we're starting this off with a morning naughty video. Fam, for those of you watching, you're getting a treat. Listening, either way. Bitcoin ETFs attracted 240 million, while ETH's brought in 12.5. That kind of sucks balls. The turnaround follows 6 consecutive days of nearly 2.9 billion in outflows. Okay, so here's the deal. We bled a lot, and then we had a little bit of an inflow. What are the odds that we're gonna have an outflow reported tomorrow? Yeah, they're probably pretty good. So I guess we kind of have to just go back to we've lost 6 out of our last 7, right? If this was a fucking sports thing and these were our games, we've lost 6 games out of the last 7. That's not good. And soon it's going to be we've lost 7 games out of the last 8 when tomorrow gets reported. And the BTC thing is really what tugs at this, right? Because we know BTC is such a big, big factor. When BTC goes down, it can take things with it, right? When it goes up, it takes stuff with it, but not as much, right? That's why the altcoin season is what it is. It is not altcoin season, it's BTC dominance, which means BTC has a higher tug up and down proportionately to those things. Not cool. XRP price, I mean, we're under 220 right now. I mean, I don't know. Look, I mean, not too long ago, the 4th of November, we had a low at 207. So the reality is, like, if you're trying to snipe, I mean, recent history has told us that it's possible. And now with the bigger split in the whole government thing, with now even the Republicans not being sure on what date they want to go with this, I don't know, it kind of pushes things down a little more. Speaking of, right, go to a little poly market to show you DGen World. Remember that November 16th date we've been tracking here, right? Check it out. Look at that. Homegirl now is up to 57% chances. Look at this. It was way down here to 29% and it's just rocketed on up. So people that were looking for the back half of November, well, you may have gotten your wish. By the way, that also means what everyone Xrp Etf, because we only need to go through the 13th. So price-wise, like I said, fuck, melting faces, I don't know, stupid moon thumbnails on your videos and crap like that, or, oh, you might miss out on this. I don't know. I mean, unless it's the government vote that changes, they ain't shit else gonna miss out on anything to change this. And this is honestly not crypto's fault at all. It's just they're caught in the crosshairs just like many industries and many people are. I mean, you know, even think about it. I'm thinking of traveling. I don't know. I mean, I guess like you could book it and then like just hope your day goes good. But like, you know, when I go international, I'll be honest with you, it wasn't so much fun going through Customs and Border Patrol. Not because of the process of them like feeling me up and down. No, that didn't happen. They just like took a photo with some stupid machine, asked you like 2 questions and you just went through. But like the whole thing was the line was long as shit and I had a very tight layover, right? I had a very tight connection in Miami and I was like, oh shit, man. So, you know, do you want to go through that hassle of long lines, you know, people being kind of grumpy and pissy? I don't know. And a lot of industries are going to get affected by this because a lot of businesses that don't even get government money are going to be like, you know, we really should be a bit more cautious now. We really should just kind of chill out and just let's just hold on to our cash, right? Let's just keep what we have and see what shakes out of it. Because a lot of players are cautious. We've seen that. That's why a lot of people aren't jumping in to the altaronis because they're waiting for the regaronis. We saw that a lot of people didn't want to jump into BTC until there was the, ETFs, which gave them protection through the SEC. So, like, we've seen that pattern time and time again. So, right now, it's just, it's caution. I mean, I don't know how else to put this than, like, the caution, though, now is bigger and it's spreading to different sectors. And we're seeing the effects of a U.S. dominated market, which really sucks because there's a lot of good with crypto that's happening outside of the U.S. And it just sucks that the money flow, right? The monetary policies and the politics of the United States is having such a big impact on something that's globally traded. About half of you watch this video from outside of the United States. And I just like I try to put myself in that space where I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So something that's happening in a country that's not even connected to me is affecting the price of something now. It blows my freaking mind that there's just so much pull and drag from the United States. So that's my little mini rant at the end. Vote all them fuckers out. That's how it's gonna go. Choo choo what? Oh, bonus doggy content. Yeah, it's coming up. Seriously, I'll show you exactly what happens in between videos. Choo choo, bitch. And what you don't see during most of the videos is this lower angle where this guy just gets rubbed all the time. So see how I'm rubbing him, right? And he's right behind me. Normally you all see this angle, right? Where it catches the lights behind me. You really don't see him that much. Maybe you think I'm like scratching my knee or I'm like grabbing for something, but nope. In reality, oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Won't leave me alone now. So yeah, pay attention to the videos. You might see me like moving my arms. It's this guy.